Okay. Chapter 31, The Chef Awakens. Elsewhere in Dor, another bell was ringing. It was calling people to a feast. Villagers flocked to the center of town where a lavishly set table awaited them under a shining sun. Baskets of fruits, wheels of cheese, sausages, roasted pheasants, sweet cakes of figs, dates and prunes, and more delicacies piled high atop the table. The food seemed to go on forever, and the bell's toll invited all to enjoy it. Clang, clang, clang. Oh, Andre murmured. The chef sat alone in the royal kitchen. His eyes were closed, and he slurped as if relishing the most scrumptious meal. Ha ha ha! When Andre awoke, the dinner bell was still ringing in his head. Was he imagining it? Or did he hear the clanging on the other side of the wall? Andre glanced toward the mouse hole just as the noise stopped. The chef looked around his quiet kitchen. It was cold and empty. The feast had been nothing but a dream. Enough, he said, jumping to his feet. Andre pulled a knife from a large wooden block. He grabbed some carrots. He reached for some celery stalks, a few tomatoes, and, of course, garlic. He chopped with fast, expert movements. His hand was a blur. Whack, whack, whack. Ha-ha, Andre said, laughing to himself. Yes. The chef dumped the chopped ingredients into a gleaming stockpot. A rich broth began to simmer. Andre leaned forward and smelled the aroma as comforting as a long-lost friend. Ah, he sighed, inhaling the fragrant steam that danced above the pot. The smell of soup traveled from the royal kitchen to the other rooms. It drifted into every corner of the castle. It rose into the chimneys and pipes and wafted out into the streets. In the lifeless square below, a sleepy villager was sitting on a stoop when the scent tickled his nostrils. His eyes widened. He stopped, and then sniffed. By the man's feet, his dog sniffed, too. The man and the dog looked at each other. It had been a long time, but they knew that smell. But there was something else. The villager felt a familiar sensation. Could it be? He looked in disbelief at the sky. He felt it again. He stuck his hand out, and then he was sure. He actually felt it. A raindrop. Andre grabbed more cloves of garlic and merrily flung them into the pot. Just over his shoulder, the pages of the cookbook stirred as if a gentle breeze had passed through the room. Fruit and vegetables of every kind sprung from the book. They rose above the table and formed into Boldo's smiling face. The genie looked over Andre's shoulder and inspected the bubbling pot of soup. "Look at you," Boldo said. "You're still brewing tea." Andre spun around. "If you want to make a statement, what do I say?" Boldo said, pointing a string-bean finger at Andre. "Make it a good one." Andre smiled at his old friend. "It's so great to see you," Boldo said. "Fantastic," Andre said, throwing himself into Boldo's arms. Andre and Boldo embraced, and without missing a beat, got to work. "Marjoram?" Andre asked. "Love it," Boldo said. "Perfect." "Ah, bellissima." Raindrops pattered against the kitchen windows. Small puddles formed in the streets. Dorians all over the kingdom opened their windows and doors to have a look. People filled the square and pointed their face towards the sky, feeling the cool drops in the first time in ages. And then their nose twitched. The villagers inhaled the soup's aroma. In the mouse village, Despereaux's nose twitched too. He sniffed again and wondered where the smell was coming from. The royal kitchen was becoming the wonderful mess it once was. Shiny pots and pans were replaced by tomato splats and carrot tops, corn husks and orange and onion peels. And in the cooking frenzy, Boldo grew and grew and grew with excitement to twice the size he was before. "Cauliflower?" Andre asked. "Perfect," Boldo replied. "Some celery?" "Good." The pair was so enthralled by their latest creation that neither the chef nor the genie noticed the small visitor who had entered through the mouse hole and was trying to catch their attention. "Hey! Hello!" Despereaux called up to them. "Celery. Parsnips," Boldo said. "Down here!" Despereaux cried by Andre's feet. Andre consulted Boldo before adding another ingredient. "The princess is in danger!" yelled Despereaux. "Garlic. Did I use garlic?" Boldo asked. Despereaux was about to scream at the top of his little mouse lungs when his eye caught something twinkling on the kitchen floor. Amid the scraps of hacked-up produce lay a small needle. Andre tasted the soup. "Bravo!" "Ow!" he cried, wincing. The chef grabbed his foot and peered down at the mouse who had just stabbed it. The princess is in danger, Despereaux yelled, holding the needle like a sword. Andre leaned in, his face as large as a giant's. Oh, you are a cute little mouse. Would you like some soup? Andre's huge hand, reached down and picked up the mouse by the tail. Despereaux hung upside down. No, I don't want, he said indignantly. The princess is in danger. And a talking mouse, too, Andre said. Listen, you've got to help me. Perhaps a little cheese, Andre asked, setting Despereaux down upon the table. No, I don't want any cheese, Despereaux hollered. The princess is in danger. She's locked in the dungeon. Boldo gasped. In the dungeon? Oh, don't be silly, my little mouse, Andre said. Everything is fine. The princess is perfectly safe up in her... Boom! A huge thunderclap shook the castle. Andre went to the window. He marveled at the miracle unfolding in front of them. Boom! The thunder echoed throughout the land. Oh my, Andre said, staring out the window. He looked back at the kitchen. Boldo, look, it's... But the kitchen was empty. The only movement was a swirl of steam rising from the soup pot. Boldo, Andre looked around. Old friend, where are you?